What's up, everybody? My name is Dave. What's up, everybody? My name is Dave Torrey, and I am back after a 3-month hiatus. Now, I know a lot of you were saying,
where were you?
well,
I bought a house.
I bought a house that needed a lot of work. And if that's not enough for you, I'm getting married in the fall. But that's enough about all that. I've got an awesome metal detecting episode for you guys this week. Let's go check it out now. Well, I am pretty much in the middle of nowhere, but there is a nice pile of rocks over there and a big stone wall over there and a ton of iron in this kind of coniferous patch and tons of choppy old iron signals. But finally heard something that's not iron, and it looks like an old relic. Could be a good sign. I see spunage. Yep. A little bit fancy. That could be really good news for this spot. Only a couple inches down. So, nice clayish dirt. Let's see what else they had. Alright, finally some signs of life at this place. Got a little ornate suspender clip with another kind of toothed portion of the suspender clip. That's pretty cool. Probably mid to late 1800s. Good signs. Ah, finally something good out of this place. It's hitting like a really high, like 27, 28, something like that. Nice and tight. Ox knob. There's some 1700s for you. Sweet. That's a good sign. Made my way back to this nice kind of pasture. And I'm getting a lot of clad and garbage, but this just came up. Nice old buckle. This place has a lot of equestrian history, so that was no surprise for me. Good find. Hopefully there's more. Shallowest coin of the day. I'm sure it was going to be another modern penny, but it's a weedy. That's something. 52? Something like that. Not that it matters. Maybe there's some silver around. This next series of videos was shot in New Hampshire, right up here in the White Mountains. Got a nice old 1700s homestead to go dig up, if I get down from here safely. And I've got really good reason to believe that there's some great stuff in the yard. I'm gonna go dig. All right, 15-16 signal, flipped over the plug. See a nice utensil handle of some sort sticking out there. Looks like it's probably just an old plated spoon. There's some kind of a stamp on it though. That's a Essex house. Huh. It could be pretty old. I don't know what that purple stuff on there is. Cool. That's old stuff. I like it. got like a kind of jumpy 20s to 30 signal, and got down past the plug 3-4 inches. Oh, beautiful Conestoga bell. That's awesome. I've only ever found one of these before. Oh man, this ground was pretty good to this thing too. That's got to be a few hundred years old. That's beautiful. Nothing but Wheaties for the last half an hour, and then this thing comes up. Nice. Fully risking jinxing myself right now, but that sounds pretty good. Not very deep, but let's try it out. Kind of sounds like modern quarter numbers. Ooh, I think I see something right there. It is a piece of junk. But man, did that look good right off the bat. I don't know, it could be an old horse rosette. Looks really beat up. Looks like it was kind of welded onto something. It doesn't look like it would have been a threaded shank or anything. Yeah, that could be an old rosette. Looks real old. Cool. Exactly the right size to be something that I wanted it to be, like a large cent. On to the next. Not exactly what I'm looking for, but man, is that an oldie. That is a big old encrusted axe head. I bet you that's a couple hundred years old. Might have to just leave that out by a tree for a landowner to find though, because I am not taking that home. Cool though. Yeah, did not expect to see this one. This was down past that axe head. Good, like, you know, I don't know, 6 inches down. A little zipper. Tiny little zipper. Must be pretty old, but I don't know. I'm really hoping that this ground isn't all churned up. Putting new stuff lower and old stuff higher. Well, onward. If there's two things that there are a lot of in this yard, it is roofing nails and wheat pennies. And I bet you this is one or the other. That sounds terrible. What do we got? There we go. And I bet you it's a wheat penny. Oh, wait. We got an Indian. 1905. First Indian of the day. Sweet. I'm very happy to see one of those. Whew. Oldest coin I've found so far at this property. Hoping for a lot older. That is a great start. Very nice. And that is why it sounded like a roofing nail. There's so much iron and old metal mixed in the ground here. It's tough to really pinpoint one thing, but the Equinox is so good at it. That's why I always trust those iffy signals. Finally, saw something nice come up. We got a 22, 23 signal, and I was thinking like, all right, another modern penny, and then shiny. Nice little merc. That is what I am talking about. 1941. No mint. Still silver, and I love it. Just filled in my hole. And it sounds like there's something else down there. and it sounds pretty nice. I'm gonna try to live dig it. Well, I finally found the thing, and I bet you it's gonna be a weedy, which that's not what I was hoping for, but that is a coin spill. So there you go. Merc and a weedy. Good stuff. Another interesting article from a foot away from that. Some kind of an old suspender clip of some sort. I'm betting from around the same age as that Merc. Good stuff. Maybe it's part of a pocketbook, and there's a nice big coin spill in here somewhere. Let's find out. Well, I am right next to where I dug that Indian head, and right over near where I dug that mercury dime a minute ago. I was chasing down a 19 signal, and I see something real round pop out. Could that be a dropped musket ball? Certainly looks like it. Man, it's kind of oblong shape, but that's exactly what that looks like. It looks kind of coppery, though. I don't know. I'll have to clean that up and check it out. That might just be like a fishing sinker? No, it's only got a hole in one side, or a dimple in one side anyway. I have no idea what that would be, unless it's a musket ball. Certainly looks like copper, though. We will come back to that later. Sounds a bit like a weedy, but I've also heard a silver dime ringing that low in this yard as well. Oh, let's try it. Very shallow. Weedy or modern penny? What do we got? Super exciting. Can't wait to find out. The anticipation's killing me. It's a weedy. Oh, it could be worse. I think this is about to happen for the third time in my life. I think we just rang another bell. Hitting 16, 17, kind of sounded like an Indian head. Look at that. This one's significantly more beat up. Kind of a different style, too. The hole punched in the top, but it certainly looks like it's got that age to it. A little crack in it. I don't know, maybe it's some sort of a flange. Certainly really, really has the look of a bell. I'll have to clean it up later to see if I see any turn marks in there, but I think I do. That's definitely what that looks like. Certainly looks old. Looks like some fire damage, too. Might have been another building here we're not aware of. Cool. Moving on. And we are back home for a wrap-up. This is the stuff that I found in the beginning of the episode. Nice pile of clad, a horse buckle, a suspender clip, silver plated, says Lindsay, as does the other little half of it. Cool. And a nice old ox knob. Always a pleasure to find one of those. Now let me take you to the New Hampshire finds. Here we are back at the cabin for a wrap-up on a day of New Hampshire metal detecting. Got some pretty interesting finds today. Starting in the back, we got a little stack of Wheaties. This thing is definitely lead. So I would call that an old musket ball. I don't know why it didn't oxidize in that white way that usually would, but oblong, dropped lead ball from a 1700s homestead. That speaks musket ball to me. This thing I am still not sure of. It could be a bridle, it could just be some old sort of bolt, you know. It would have had that iron threaded bolt sort of thing coming off the back, or it could be an old horse bridle. Definitely has seen some years. Here is our, what I think is a bell. It has those old turn marks in it, as if it were done by hand on a lathe. But it's got that different sort of style with that huge hole in the top that I don't really often see. But it is sort of, it's definitely got that patina of like a white metal, like a pewter. But it's also got the oxidization of copper. So either an old bell or a flange. I'm betting bell. A 1700s bell of some sort. Maybe a Conestoga bell. Because this right here is about the coolest thing that I have ever found in New Hampshire. That is absolutely an old Conestoga bell. It cleaned up pretty nice. It's got that nice white patina to it. You see that little seam in there that they always did in the hand-drilled hanger shank thing on top. The ringer has long since eroded away out of there. I did not find anything in there when I took the dirt clump out of it. But nice old heavy Conestoga bell. That is a beauty. And then of course, daily piece of silver. Nice little 1941 Mercury dime, no mint. But the first silver coin I ever found in New Hampshire, and I'm really happy about that. Indian head. That still needs a little bit of cleaning, but it is a 1905. Not terribly old, but I do love to see an Indian. And then this thing, I thought that this was just a really corroded wheat penny that was, it was like caked with like this sort of almost cement on it, you know? Like the oxidization had like trapped a bunch of rocks and stuff in there, and I scraped it off, and I am seeing something totally different. I'm not in service right now, so I'm going to have to look this up afterward, but this looks like an old Army, Navy, maybe Civil War token looking thing. I'll post some pictures with some more information on that probably about now. But that is a really interesting find. I'm not so sure about where that came from. But that is the day, and the day added to my collection of super sweet New Hampshire history memorabilia. And I will take you there to my collection now. Here's my New Hampshire cool stuff collection. A lot of this found just sifting through foundations that are kind of near my place up here. Got some really nice old clay pipes, heads and stems, stuff like that. Really nice complete ones. A nice selection of old bottles. And up here, other stuff found. Metal detecting, got a bunch of Wheaties in the back there. Got this really cool, I believe, marine button. I'm not sure on the age on that. A couple of Indian heads. Nice old flat button. This is a very cool piece that I found just near where I was detecting today. And it's a penknife. It's got the initials ARH inscribed in there, which is pretty cool. Probably late 1800s. That's a really interesting find. More interesting old stuff. Got a nice old, what looks to be a Tomback button. Yes, it is. That's a great find as always. A couple of other interesting old buttons there. And then all of this stuff was sifted out of those foundations that I was just mentioning. Some really nice ornate old buttons. It's like a glass flower insert in this one. This is stuff that I've been finding since I was a kid. So it's quite the collection now. Interesting little locket looking things. And one of the most interesting ones to me, those foundations didn't date past the early 1900s. And that looks to me to be like a hand turned and cut agate pendant, which is really, really nice for as old as that site is. You just wouldn't imagine that they would have made things that nice back then. And that I don't know, well worked, I could call it maybe. Yeah, a piece of stone. It's really beautiful. All sorts of other cool stuff here. This is a nice sterling pen. I don't know, pen body, pen casing, something like that. Very cool. More interesting old stuff. Purse clasps and harmonica reeds and old 1700s tableware. In one of the foundations was this old part of a plate of crystals that somebody clearly, like, I don't know, was prospecting or something, and they found this really cool quartz vein, maybe found some gold in it, and they saved these parts of the plate because they were in with all the other stuff that I dredged out of those foundations. So, pretty cool. Oh, and this nice big half a crotal bell. That's a bummer because I've never found a full one, but that is a nice big old crotal bell. Love that. Anyway, that's the take from New Hampshire today. Welcome to my little New Hampshire collection. Hopefully I'll be adding to that more soon. Back to Rhode Island.